I just don't understand why it's secret. That's the thing I don't get.
Of Breitbart?
Yeah.
For this reason.
Okay. Okay. There was a sign that said Breitbart is fake news. Okay, and someone told me that you needed a permit to be here.
We have a permit.
Okay, well, it's a sidewalk. We're allowed to be here. But who had the sign that said Breitbart is fake news? They won't answer me. I don't know why. I mean, you seem to be very passionate about denouncing Breitbart. So if they're fake news, why are they fake news?
Excuse me, sir. We're not answering your questions. Thank you.
Okay, they just decided not to answer it. But if they're all willing to assemble here and have tables and stuff.
We start at 1 p.m. You'll have a lot more people coming out and being able to.
Okay, that's great. Can you at least tell me why you think they're fake news?
Well, they don't have a sign on the building, so why is that?
Okay, what does that have to do with them being fake or real news?
Well, why would they not be announcing
But
who they are?
why are they fake news?
Because they can't collaborate in stories.
What do you mean they can't corroborate? They link to a number of sources.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay, great, thanks. But this gentleman was very respectful and was answering my question. So they don't corroborate their stories. Can you give an example when they didn't do that? I mean, this is an opportunity. If you really think they're a bunch of frauds, just give me an example of how they did that.
Well, for example.
Go ahead. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you.
For example, recently there was an article about Obama wiretapping the Trump Tower.
Okay.
And has that been corroborated?
It was a report in the House. I don't know which committee it is, but they're investigating it now.
They're investigating it now.
Absolutely.
But Breitbart talked about it as if it were true, and then in response, Trump actually accused Obama of wiretapping. When the president of the United States accuses a former president of doing something completely illegal and treasonous, then he should have complete evidence already at his disposal.
Watch my back, okay?
He should have evidence already at his disposal before making a tweet like that.
I totally disagree. I mean, you've got Barack Obama who claimed that we're all a bunch of hicks who are clinging to our guns and our Bibles. That's very offensive.
That's your language.
It isn't my language. He said that.
No,
Barack Obama said that.
Hicks.
That's a beautiful flag. Thank you.
Please let him.
That's a beautiful flag.
It is a beautiful
flag. Let it fly. Thank you for doing that.
We can agree on that.
Okay. I would tell you this though. I mean, you've got like CNN, for example. They were colluding with the DNC, feeding questions to Hillary before the debate. You don't have a comment on that? You think that's acceptable?
Sorry, can you say that again?
So you have CNN was colluding with the Hillary campaign so that she got the questions before the debates. You think that's acceptable?
You know,
that's corrupt.
You can bring up things that I am not exactly prepared to comment on.
It's okay, but they did that.
You know, I'm not saying that we're going to stop here. You know, it's possible that we might go to CNN next.
Before you go further, could you just answer my question? What do you think of that? The CNN...
But I can't say what I think of something that I can't corroborate, and that's the whole point.
I'd encourage you to be... Okay, why?
The question of CNN is irrelevant.
Breitbart is a building, is an office. They're not grabbing anything.
CNN is irrelevant to the debate at hand.
No, it's not. This gentleman was very respectful.
We're not talking about comparisons of one news organ to another.
But you called them fake news. That's a comparison.
CNN is a different issue.
Why? So you acknowledge that CNN pushes fake news?
I'm not here to talk about CNN. I'm here to talk about Breitbart news.
Why are they fake news?
Breitbart is here.
Okay.
CNN is not here.
Okay, but why are they fake news? Okay. But why are they fake news? Okay, I just let the record show they refuse to explain to me why they're protesting Breitbart, calling them fake news, even though they have called a number of stories before they've happened, like they predicted that Johnny Takera would be in the top 2 against Jim Costa. How you doing? Glad you're recording. That's fine. That's one example. They also found out that Barbara Boxer was not going to run for U.S. Senate in 2016 before anybody else called it, so I think that's pretty prescient. There you go. Okay, so is this just a party then? Okay, so again, let the record show they will not explain to me why Breitbart News is fake news. And yet they defend CNN, and Politico had these extremely biased and slanted headlines just today. When Jeff Sessions asked for the resignation of 96 U.S. attorneys, then Politico spinned it as like some kind of a hostile clearinghouse. But Barack Obama required the resignation of all the U.S. attorneys from the Bush administration, and there was no negative about that. So that's one thing that to me is very hard that they don't want to talk about. And how Politico lied about Ben Carson, claiming that he fibbed, that he received an offer to go to West Point. And then Politico had to retract that, and they don't want to talk about that too. Very strange.